You're saying, well, you're playing with the last pick of the NFL draft as a rookie in Brock Purdy. But he played so well. Think about the way we're talking now. And Killian in the Chronicles writing in the headline, now that Brock is cleared to go, there's no excuses this year.
Are you worried at all that to your magic carpet ride experience?
It was a magic carpet ride last year.
But like the magic for whatever reason kind of disappears for Brock. Are you worried even a little? Because I kind of am. A little. In the back of my head, because I remember how magical Jimmy felt. I remember how magical Kaepernick felt. And it did feel like as time wore on, slowly the magic started to disappear.
See, with Kaepernick.
And maybe that's familiarity. Maybe that's just part of being a fan. I don't know.
I thought Kaepernick's ride was a lot longer than Jimmy's. I thought Kaepernick's ride was a lot longer going to the Super Bowl than going to the NFC Championship game. Then this last year, pro football, by the way, Kaepernick was working out with CeeDee Lamb and Derrick Henry and Jalen Waddle, and they all said he still has that arm. I don't think Kaepernick's ever played in a game, and it has nothing to do with the on-the-field product. It has everything to do with the off-the-field stuff. We're not going to go there. But even Kaepernick's last year, where I think Ryan Day was quarterback coach, maybe from Ohio State, who's not a coach at Ohio State. Maybe that last year, maybe the year before. Anyway, Kaepernick, there were some rough moments that last year. He did end up throwing 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
I mean, Jeremy Curley was their number one.
Exactly. There's nobody on that football team.
No.
Nobody on that team. So, he kind of got ran out of the league.
Team.
It was such a bad team. So, I thought Kaepernick still had some juice left. I thought he was still able to be a quarterback. But that Margin Carper ride last year, what is Brock Purdy going to do when defenses now they know what's up? And we're going to find out early. You don't think Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers are ready to go? Nobody's talking about them. They're talking about Cincinnati. They're talking about Baltimore. They're talking about the Cleveland Browns. They still got TJ Watt over there.
It just feels, I hate to be this Niner fan. It does feel like we're snake bit at the quarterback position. Like we made a deal with the devil, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, and all of a sudden, anytime one of our quarterbacks emerges as a potential superstar, something happens. It just feels that way. And so I'm cautious this time around. I love the dude. I'm so fearful that something, I don't know, man. Like he was magical. His elbow almost ripped off on the field.
On the field. And they're playing against a big boy
on defenses. The field. But and he's back 3.5 months later, 4 months later. I do feel like at times this feels a little crazy.
But see, we're hyper-focused on that. And we're hyper-focused on whether or not Trey Lance is ready to go. How much culpability does Shanahan have in this? Because, again, I can't get over the fact they moved up all those picks to go get Trey Lance. They did. Shanahan and Lynch, they identified them. That's on them. If Brock doesn't work out and Trey doesn't work out, we're in year 7 and we still don't know who the quarterback is under Kyle Shanahan.
If Brock
and that's the missing piece. That's on this organization.
If Brock doesn't work out, that'll be devastating. If Trey doesn't work out, but Brock does, I think nobody cares.
No, nobody cares.
Now, will we complain about draft capital? Of course.
If Brock Purdy leads his team.
But if Brock Purdy balls, the trade thing is irrelevant. Now, if Brock does not succeed, now we've got a problem.
There you go.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah, no. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So that pick is still hanging in the balance. It's almost as if they're in the best of both. Either Trey works out and we say, you know what, they missed on Trey Lance, but you know what, they missed on Mike McGlinchey, they missed on Reuben Foster, they missed on Solomon Thomas. You move on. We don't say anything about it. We say, boy, that was a big win.
Yeah.
But they were so good around other positions that they were able to withstand a missed pick of that nature. But if Brock Purdy doesn't work out and he stumbles in his second season and then Trey is looking pedestrian, then you're saying, boy.
No, then you say, can Sam play?
Well, no, then you say, can we trust Shanahan to evaluate quarterbacks? He's got everything. No, seriously.
Doc, if we are going into next year and we're thinking about either the draft for a quarterback, like I'm talking about for a starter, or Kirk Cousins, a.k.a. free agency for a quarterback, I don't think I can swallow that. Yeah. I can't do this much longer.
No doubt. First day of training camp, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, live from the Hilton Hotel in Santa Clara. We cannot wait. Practice in an hour and 15 minutes, right on the practice field about 200 yards away from us. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMG FM and AC1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. We got Sam Lumbin in the building. And we got Spinotti back on the board. We got Shaska. We got Tim Jordan, myself, Ponte Hill. We got Robbie Dizzle. What's my man's name with the McCaffrey? Big George.
That's a sweet McCaffrey
got the
jersey.
McCaffrey jersey.
I love it. You look great. It's got 3 stripes. It's red, number 23 with the old school saloon font.
Yeah, no, it looks
ready to
nice.
go. And Sam Loveman, by the way, hasn't said 2 words to us today because, and just 10 seconds, we're going right back into the 49ers.
Oh, boy. I know.
Marco Luciano got called up today, huh, boys?
That's all he's posting about. Marco Luciano. No
one said that you need to hop on
you don't need to talk. You don't need to give us a 30
This isn't a Wu-Tang concert. We're not just handing out microphones.
You're not getting 30 seconds of Giants talk today, buddy. It's all about the 49ers.
Garlic fries and baseball,
Yeah,
guys.
we can talk about Marco Luciano at dinner tonight when we're watching in the Hilton Hotel lobby, by the way. The teriyaki bowl here at the Hilton Hotel.
Was that on point? How about, by the way, how about the Sunday?
You guys had the Sunday. I'm on a soda diet.
Did you just stare into the camera? Breaking the third wall? Oh, my God. My God.
Man, let me tell you, the room they hooked me up with here at the Hilton Hotel, I walked in, it was a freaking suite. I'm like, what? They got suites at the Hilton Hotel? This is unbelievable. I slept like a freaking baby.
Can I just say that I love you? I love you.
The shower room was unbelievable.
Surprise upgrade.
Oh, my
surprise
God.
upgrade. I'm looking straight at Levi Stadium. This place is going down. What a week. I'm telling you, this 2-week stretch of my life has been unbelievable.
Is this the best time of the year?
Oh, my God. Just went to Maui. Yesterday we were at the Berkeley Country Club playing golf. We had Chris call us. We're playing golf. It's a beautiful day. Drive straight down to Santa Clara. We have dinner together. We watched the Bay Bridge series.
Break bread.
A lackluster 2-1 victory for the Giants. But they snapped their 6-game losing streak. Well, I tell you, you better do something, Giants, because you will be yesterday's news in a heartbeat. The Niners are back, baby. And Lynch and Shanahan come out right out of the gate saying, Brock Purdy's a full go.
Okay, so if Brock Purdy was walking down Tasman right now, or 3rd and King, we'll go both locations, and Marco Luciano was on the other side of the street, and there were 100 people, what do you think? All 100 go to Brock?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? All 100?
Absolutely.
I think all 100.
They paraded Brock Purdy around this bay. He's been at Giants games.
Yeah, I know.
He's been in the clubhouse. He's been in the dugout. He's been everywhere. Napa Valley. Brock Purdy, he even got engaged this year. He's living his best life, and he's been named the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers after being picked last in the NFL draft. It truly is a Disney story.
How many millions are people going to be calculating in their head every week for him? That's a $10 million pass.
Well, it reminds me of Nick Mullins when everybody hyped up Nick Mullins after he lit up the lowly New York Giants.
He's better than Nick Mullins.
But remember Nick Mullins, and I knew you was going to take the bait. Yeah, everybody took the bait. If Nick Mullins beats the New York Giants,
I am a big mouth bass.
Yeah, no doubt. But think about that. When he played that Sunday night football game against Philadelphia, and he got benched, I had dollar signs just flushed down the toilet when I was looking at Nick Mullins. I was like,
Did you see the money Herbert got yesterday?
No. Oh, yeah, $260 million? 5-year extension?
Does he even have a playoff win?
No.
200 and how much?
No.
200 what?
No, $262 million?
Okay, so let's say Brock takes him to the playoffs this year.
Oh, my God.
Let's just say. And he does my hypothetical, about 4,000 yards, 25-12. $250 million? Is that what you're giving him?
Brock's going to get.
250?
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo was 5 years, $137 million. What was the guarantees? He got guarantees
80, 90?
50 to 60, $70 million. I forgot. It was a lot of money. Brock's going to get at least $50 million guaranteed.
Well, yes. No, but
that's crazy.
$200 million?
To go from the last pick of the NFL draft to getting a mega deal if you ball out?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Knowing Brock's the leader in the clubhouse, and I've got our Niner fans here.
They're ready.
They're ready to go. We got George, we got Robbie Dizzle. Who's that over there? He's got the fresh polo. He looks like a coach over there.
What's your name yet? Luis. What up, Luis?
Looks like a coach.
Yeah, he's looking ready. He looks like he's ready to do Oklahoma drills.
He came straight out of the weight room, pull out a polo and a hat. George, I can't say the same thing for you and Robbie Dizzle or myself. We were not hitting no weight rooms. London looks jacked, and this guy Luis looks jacked. He looks like he's about to do Oklahoma drill now.
Yeah, he is.
I swear to God, he looks ripped. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Brock, how are we feeling about knowing that Brock's the starter? Does our expectations now say, you know what? It's NFC title game or bust. Is it really that with Brock Purdy at quarterback? I can't believe that.
I think it would have been that way if Jimmy G came running back in. Guru
would it be
phenomenal.
that way? Would it be that way if Trey Lance was a starting quarterback?
Well, yeah, because that's where the team ended up last year. Weren't we saying similar things last year?
Yeah.
I said just make the playoffs last year, and people were like, you just went to the NFC Championship game. When Trey was coming in week 1, I said, hey, just make the playoffs to be a great year. Yeah. I think most people are going to demand NFC Championship game. And that feels Dude, it's hard to win playoff games.
Yeah,
It's hard to win playoff games.
We're going to talk to
Ask Lamar Jackson if it's hard to win playoff
Yeah, no
games.
doubt. He's got
Ask
one
Aaron
playoff
Rodgers if it's hard to win playoff games.
By the way, Tracy Sandler from the Fangirl Sports Network
Where'd Guru
on
go?
Twitter.
Did
He
he
went in the back
disappear?
room. He went in the back room.
Oh.
He's got to get ready for a show. CEO of Fangirl Sports Network, Tracy Sandler, is going to join us.
Nice.
She'll be at practice. She also was the one-time voice of Barbie.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She was like doing voiceovers for Barbie.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's
I need to do some voiceover
Man,
stuff.
you know, Barbie's like a multi-million-dollar business.
multi-million?
You see the
Try the
movie
B.
line?
Yeah.
See everybody dressing like Barbie? I'm telling you.
Dude, Spadoni had that ready to go.
He's been ready for that.
Spadoni.
Spadoni quietly has watched the Barbie movie.
Hey, Spadoni. We've been talking quarterback madness all day. I want you to chime in. As a non-49er fan, the Brock Purdy hype, because I know you roll your eye. Oh, just go. Have at it.
Oh, I'm getting calls today. This guy reminds me of Joe Montana. A Drew Brees. Really? Are we putting that expectation on this kid that early? I know he was awesome. But are we setting up to fail this year, guys? Really? With these expectations? We've seen 8 games from him. Come on.
So I just got a text from Worldwide Hef, and he's talking about Sam Darnold will be our quarterback by the end of the season. That's where we're at with 49er fans.
Niner fans are okay. Going back to Y.A. Tittle. We ran him out of town.
I know.
Then John Brody had to flip off the Kezar crowd for literally booing him off the field.
That did not help him.
Okay. Then Joe Montana was almost traded by his own coach.
Multiple times.
Okay.
And he got benched in the playoff game in 87 against the Minnesota Vikings.
Exactly.
After helping them go 13-2 in the regular season.
So then finally Steve gets the job. He's the MVP of the league. MVP of the league. And he's losing in a NFC Championship game, and fans are chanting for Joe Montana.
Well, he didn't look good the week before either against the Washington Redskins that season.
Finally wins the Super Bowl a couple of years later, and everyone goes, yeah, Joe might have won 2, though, at this point. And then he says, I got to get the monkey off my back as he's going around the stadium and finally winning one.
That's what it is.
Then it's Alex Smith can't live it up to it. Then Alex is good, but here comes Kaepernick. Niner fans have been doing this with the quarterback position since the beginning of time.
And we're going to continue to do it.
The sun rises, Niner fans rise, they critique.
We're going to continue to do it.
No one can live up to Joe.
But you know what, though? Was Spinoni talking about the caller saying, hey, this guy reminds me of Joe Montana. The first call we got after the Miami game, the first call, I'll never forget. I forget the name.
Yeah.
But the guy who called us that day after the Miami game, he said, this guy reminds me of Joe Montana. That's what we do here in San Francisco. That is the litmus test. That is the bar. Montana, Young.
It's an unfair bar. It's an unfair bar.
With Shanahan. We do it with Shanahan, too. Shanahan, the bar is, you got to be better than George
Can you
Seifert.
imagine 10 years from now, you and I are doing this show, and, hey, this point guard, he reminds me of Steph Curry. People would laugh at you.
But you know what? When Steph Curry leaves, that's going to be the bar for the Warriors.
I know, but it's unfair. Can we just judge them? I know.
This is what we do as sports fans. We've been doing this for 1 million years now as sports fans.
But it's not fair to Brock. And you talk about fair and what's not for Trey. It's not fair to Brock to compare him to a ghost in Joe Montana, who's the great second or best quarterback of all time.
But you know what? When these players walk in that facility,
yes,
and they see those 5 Super Bowl trophies,
yes,
and they see number 16, they see number 8, hell, Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Number 80 is looming in Jerry Rice. Number 81, T.O. is looming.
And none of them will live up to
John
Jerry.
Taylor, number 82, is looming here. We say, well, you know what? John Taylor would have did that.
Well,
Jerry Rice would have did this.
Can
T.O. would have
Deebo be
did
the
that.
best wide receiver in the NFC West? Can we start there? Because there's Cooper Kupp, there's DK Metcalf.
Right.
Can Brock Purdy be the best quarterback in the NFC West
We'll see.
with Stafford and with Geno Smith?
That's not the highest bar.
I know, but there's levels. Can we crawl before we start sprinting? Joe Montana?
Dude,
it's so not fair.
This is the same fan base that threw a hissy fit over Jimmy Garoppolo's performance in his first ever postseason game
that was me.
against the Minnesota Vikings. You and a couple
But they had a Super Bowl ready to go.
They won 27-10. 27-10 in dominant fashion, and they blew out the Green Bay Packers in the NFC title game, and the biggest storyline coming out of that was, Jimmy Garoppolo only threw the ball 8 times. We're insane out here, and it's always going to be like that. So don't change the goalposts now. Don't say what's fair, what's not fair. This is just how we do business in the Bay Area. Seriously. When you have a Bill Walsh and George Seifert come through here, and you have a Joe Montana and Steve Young, and you have the success of Colin Kaepernick for a couple seasons, this is what we do here. Hell, we just want them to do what Jimmy Garoppolo's helped this team do, which is lead them to a Super Bowl and an NFC title appearance.
They haven't had a Pro Bowl quarterback since Jeff Garcia.
I know.
And everyone gets into the Pro Bowl. It's like an Oprah attendance thing. You get a Pro Bowl, you get a Pro Bowl, and we can't get one from the quarterback spot.
But this
so can we level up a little?
No, yeah, we want to level up. Hell, you may level up next offseason with Kirk Cousins.
Oh my God, I'm putting my headset down. I'm going to get coffee.